happiness. What does that even mean? I mean, happiness is something we all strive for, right? Like, we all want to live happy lives. But isn't that easier said than easier done? Um, I think so personally, and that's why I chose to really study that this semester. And I'm hoping I can give you a few tips as a college student on how you can live a happier life. But first, let's check in with some students around Ohio State and see what they think it means to live a happy life and maybe how they do that. Do they have strategies they already use? Let's check it out.
Hey, so what does it mean to you to practice a happy lifestyle, and what's one strategy you have to do that?
I think practicing a happy lifestyle is all about putting in certain times in your schedule to take care of yourself. And self-love's the best love. So the way I take care of myself and practice mental wellness is I put times in my calendar to run with my dad. It's our favorite thing to do, and
Nice.
it's a little stress reliever. So it's really nice to be able to take care of myself. But as a college student, it's really hard to put those times in with all the stress and all the work and all of the classes and all the extracurriculars you're trying to be involved in. It gets pretty stressful, so it's
Yeah.
really important to put this in there, though.
Thanks. So what's it mean to you to practice a happy lifestyle, and what's one strategy you can use to do that?
Well, as a college student, I don't give myself a lot of time to work on myself and relieve stress. But the one way that I do that is I play Fortnite. I like to think
Nice.
myself as pretty good at it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Kick back and play a little bit of Fortnite. That's
Sweet.
what I do.
So we heard from a few of our friends at Ohio State that happiness isn't the easiest thing to always have in our life, right? It's not a second nature thing, especially in our time as a college student. There's so much stress as a college student, from maintaining really good grades to meeting with faculty and professors, developing those good relationships, networking with people within your career field, heck, even knowing what you want to do with your life someday, right? There's so much stress on our shoulders as college students. And I feel no different about that than maybe you all do. So that's why this semester I decided to focus on my personal happiness and my well being, because that's something I often neglect, just being a college student and being really busy. So I had 3 goals this semester that I focused on to help increase my personal wellness and happiness. So the first goal was working out, something that I never really did before. And I'm not trying to be a gym buff or anything like that at all, because, yeah, no. The only reason I really made that goal of working out this semester is because I think it would really help with my wellness and make me a happier person. So with that being said, my first goal was to work out 4 times a week. My second goal was spending a little bit of time for myself every single day. Whether that was a 2-minute meditation or walking through campus or grabbing dinner with friends, I made a point of spending some me time each day. And that was my second goal. My third goal was writing down 3 awesome things every day that happened to me in my life, whether it's that day or just my life in general. So with these 3 goals, I believe that they could help me with my personal well-being and my happiness and lead me to a happier life. And they really did. So yeah, this semester I read the book, The Happiness Equation by Neil Pasricha. I highly recommend it. This book has provided me with so many strategies to live a happier life that I plan to use to help with my goals, as well as strategies that I'll just use throughout the rest of my life to maintain my regular level of happiness and make sure I'm getting as much out of life as I possibly can. Big math guy. So when I first read Neil's book, The Happiness Equation, the front cover had this equation on it, right? The happiness equation. And it was want nothing plus do anything equals have everything. Wait, what does that even mean, right? That makes 0 sense. Well, no, actually, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. We need to treat our happiness as if we're wanting nothing at all, right? We want nothing in return for our happiness. But at the same time, in order to achieve that, we need to do anything and everything in order to achieve our happiness and to have everything. So it's kind of cool. It's a really abstract idea for someone who's so, detail oriented, but it's pretty neat. So some of the strategies that I used throughout the book, one was this idea called HIT flow. That's an idea you can use to be happy right now. HIT flow is basically being so involved in an activity that it's all you can think about. Your ego goes away, time flies, and you're being challenged and demonstrating a skill by being completely involved in that activity for its own sake. So I use the HIT flow strategy when I go to the gym 4 times a week. It's the only thing I do. It's the only thing I think about when I'm there. I really challenge myself as much as I can in that hour to get the most out of it and to be the most happy. Another strategy that I use that I learned through the book is something called 5 Gratitudes. Now, this one's really cool. It actually was how I developed one of my whole entire complete goals, and that's the writing 3 awesome things goal I talked about earlier. So Neil has this website called 1000awesomethings.com. This guy is super cool. I really suggest you check out his website. Almost every day he blogs about something that he is really appreciative for and that he finds awesome. So I kind of took his idea. I didn't make a blog online, but I took it as an opportunity to journal each and every day. Well, the days that I stayed on track, right? Because no one's perfect. Each day, 3 to 5 things that I felt were awesome, I wrote down in my journal. And that required me to spend some time reflecting on my day and reflecting on the things that I was really appreciative for. Even if it was a rough day, right? We don't always have the best days, but it challenged me to think of 3 to 5 things that I really appreciated, because every day we can pull something out. Something else that I really took away from his book as a happiness strategy was 2-minute meditations. We all live busy lifestyles like I talked about earlier, right? So come on, we all can take 2 minutes for ourselves to just spend some time meditating and thinking about, and reflecting on our day. So I used this strategy to help me reach my goal of spending some me time for myself every single day. That was one way I spent me time, a 2-minute meditation. He also talked about a complete unplug. There were some days where I tried my best not to be on my phone at all during the whole entire day. It was a complete unplug so I could have more time to think about things going on in my life and not be so involved in my social media. So those are just some of the strategies that I use to help reach my goals specifically. Goals that you design that will improve your happiness, but it's another thing to actually see those goals through. And what better way to do that than being able to track it and show that it's a measurable goal. So for the working out 4 times a week, my first goal, I tracked that using an app called Strides, which I highly recommend to anyone who's trying to track any type of habit. So basically, every day that I would go to the gym, usually in the morning, after I finished, I would go onto my Strides app, very easy to do, and just track and click and log that I did it that day. Another way that I tracked and documented my working out was just obtaining a goal that I had all semester of completing the Ohio State 4-miler in a really good time. And I was able to successfully complete that in late October. And that was just a testament to all of the work that I had done working out throughout the whole entire semester. My second goal was writing 3 to 5 things each day that I find awesome in my journal. And this is a relatively easy one to track, right? Because I just use my journal as a way to keep all my thoughts together in one place of all the awesome things that I've thought about throughout the semester. Some of the things that I wrote about in that journal, those awesome things that I thought about through the semester. Some that come to the top of my head was just my supportive parents. That was one thing that I found awesome in my life. Another thing was joining Ohio Staters, a student organization I'm a part of on campus. That was something else that I was really, really excited about and passionate about and just really appreciative for. Those are just a couple of things that I wrote about that I found awesome. And I was able to track those, like I said, all in that journal. And now my third goal was probably the most difficult to track, and that was just making sure to give myself me time each and every day. I also used the Strides app to log this under a tracker called Me Time. And this is really unique because me time could mean a lot of different things, right? It could be anywhere from like a little walk around campus to grabbing dinner with friends to watching an episode of Netflix. But no matter what I did each day, if I did do something for myself that I thought merited, me time, I would go onto the Strides app and log. So, and you can see a couple pictures throughout, this of how I use that of my Strides apps. In all, happiness looks different for each and every one of us. However, I think there are major takeaways from the happiness equation that Neil shares with us that can apply to anyone on their journey to a happier life. And one of those I want to touch on are the 4 S's to meaningful work. The first S is social. We need to be social to be happy. And we can think of work as students as just being a student, right? That is our main source of work. So as a student, we need to be social to be happy, and we need to crave the social interactions and surround ourselves by caring people. The next S is structure. We need to have structure in order to be happy within our work. There are 160 hours in a week, as Neil shares with us, with 3 56-hour buckets. The first 56-hour bucket is dedicated to sleeping. Or at least we hope, right? Our next bucket at 56 hours is for our work as a student, attending class and studying, and completing assignments. And that leaves us with a 56-hour bucket that we can choose to use however we please to make us the most happy. If we have structure, we can have these 56 hours and be the most happy we can be. The next S is stimulation. We learn and discover so many new things each and every day by the diverse people around us. And being at an institution like Ohio State, there's no better place than to be surrounded by diverse people where you can learn and discover so many new things. The last S is story. We need to share a story. We need to be part of something bigger than ourselves in order to be the most happy that we can be. So all in all, you need to want nothing and do anything and have everything, as Neil shares with us. And I'm going to leave you with this. There are 4 words that can block all criticism in your life. Do it for you. Don't focus on external goals, because external goals don't help you become a better person. Rather, they keep you seeking more. Do it for you, and you will be the most happy you can possibly be. And lastly, happy people don't have the best of everything. They make the best of everything. So how can you lead the most happy life? Be happy first.
So I'll go